Before I jump in and explain the programs, just a note about how microcurrent therapy works. You may safely skip this section if you want, but I find it fascinating, so bear with me as I elaborate. Dr. Ngok Cheng, a Chinese researcher, in 1982 published a paper showing how microcurrent stimulation increased the level of ATP in cells by 500%. ATP refers to the name of a molecule, and your eyes will probably glaze over if I start mentioning the names of molecules. ATP is no ordinary molecule, if there is such a thing as an ordinary molecule, that is. ATP is the body's energy currency. Like money, you can't do business without it. The body's cells manufacture ATP, and then various cell processes use that ATP for power. Without ATP, no reactions can take place inside the cell, and the cell dies. Every day, you and I need some 75 kilograms of ATP to survive. Yes, that's right, 75 kilograms. Hey, wait a minute, I hear you saying. I hardly weigh 75 kgs, so where do I get 75 kilograms of ATP from? Aha, I'm glad you asked. ATP is not a use once, throw away twice kind of molecule. It is quite possibly the most recycled item in the universe. Once an ATP molecule has been used to provide energy, it is recycled, re-energized, and redeployed. Every molecule of ATP in your body gets recycled approximately 1,200 times a day. Yes, a day. That's once every minute, give or take. Now let's get back to Dr. Ngok Cheng. ATP is mostly formed in the presence of carbohydrates and oxygen. If you don't eat, you die. If you don't breathe, you die. Why? Because your cells can't manufacture ATP. Dr. Cheng's research showed a new way of regenerating ATP, one that did not primarily involve oxygen or carbohydrates. A weak current was all it took to increase ATP levels in the cell by 500% or more, and that is what the elixoma is all about. What is the big deal? Well, with all that ATP inside your cells, they are able to do the work they need to do. All the body's cells are under continuous attack from all sorts of villains. It takes a lot of ATP for the cell to repair itself. Sometimes, cell damage is so extensive that the cell has no energy left to do anything else. That is when we experience loss of function, for example, when an ankle is sprained or a muscle is bruised. The pain and swelling is the body's way of keeping the affected area still while cell repair takes place. Every time you move, the pain tells you to stop. Now, if you apply MET to the injured area, the MET increases the ATP in the injured cells. They repair themselves much faster, think 500%, and then tell the brain, all is okay, you can switch off the pain report and drain the swelling. Okay, that's not quite true, but you get the picture. And this, my dear Watson, is how MET works for pain and healing. Thank you for listening so attentively. The lecture is over.